Alright, today we're going to go over the Eternity of Pain Challenge, this Spider-Verse objective. So yeah, for my team, I'm running 6-star rank 3 Hercules, who will be swapped out at the halfway point. I'm also running 5-star rank 5 Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, 5-star rank 5 Spider-Man Supreme, and then 6-star rank 2 Spider-Man Stealth Suit. So these are very realistic options because, you know, they're like 5-star level pretty much. I am running boost though because, you know, it's 5-star, so I want to like be as cautious as possible. So yeah, for this challenge, the first 4 fights you want to use Hercules. So for this Dormammu, you want to just drop your SP1, drop your SP2, and then after that, you just want to keep knocking him down to transfer the degen onto him. And then once you do that, you'll be in a pretty good spot. He already just dropped the SP2 here because he's almost done. So you need to go for a full combo, go for my SP1, and then that'll just close out the fight. So just look out for the Unstoppable and the evade that he gets from Footloose, and the stun immunity that he gets as well. But besides that, a pretty straightforward fight. Now this fight here, you want to try to utilize the power gain so you can just get to your SP2 as quickly as possible. There is a bit of RNG sometimes because there are some cases where the stun isn't long enough, so you have to like hope that he doesn't throw the SP3 immediately. But if you get lucky, this will be a pretty straightforward solo. It was a solo for me. But yeah, just keep trying to chain the stuns, try to get lucky, and hope he doesn't throw the SP3. Once you do that, you'll be completely fine. If you don't have Hercules, you can use Stark Spidey for this fight, and you can use Stark Spidey for Overseer as well. You can use Stealth Spidey for Dormammu, and you can use a non-tag champion for the Crossbones fight. And that's how you do this without Hercules. Now this Crossbones is, you know, a very big RNG fest. It just depends on like the bleed procs and the poison procs. But you just want to bait out the SP1, then go for your own SP1, and then just try to get an SP2, and just hope that the stun doesn't like get purified. And if it doesn't, then you'll just be golden. This fight can be soloed. Expect like 2 to 3 revs though, just because it's really RNG reliant. And yeah, overall, a pretty straightforward fight that is just really dependent on your luck. So yeah, not too annoying. Just look out for his Purify. It can get pretty annoying at times, but besides that, you're just chilling. And then we have the Overseer fight. So the Overseer fight, Hercules just like, it's the perfect counter because he has access to unblockable. So the Overseer's auto block is just like not relevant at all in the fight. So you just want to build up to your SP1, go to your SP2, get Immortality, and just hope that the Overseer's Special Concussion doesn't fail your SP2 stun. If it does, you're in a world of trouble. If it doesn't, then it'll be a pretty straightforward solo to 1 rev fight. So yeah, there the stun stayed, so I just got 1 combo in, and then that was enough of that. Now swap out Hercules for Spider-Man Supreme, and we can begin the actual run. So I initially tried Stark Spidey for this Kraven fight, and I just didn't do too well. And then I used Spider-Man Supreme, and he is the perfect counter. So I heavily suggest using Spider-Man Supreme if you have him. A quick disclaimer, Spider-Man Supreme is very new. He just came out in like October, but he is available in the 5-star feature, so I heavily suggest picking up a copy of him before you do this challenge, because he is like the best option for Ikaris and probably this Kraven fight, to be honest. He is just a very powerful character, and he is really worth like picking up in the 5-star feature for this run. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So what we want to do here is you just want to push Kraven to an SP2, and then just keep doing that. And Spider-Man Supreme is so good here because he's really safe with the phase. And additionally, if the opponent has an unblockable buff while the phase goes on cooldown, it just won't go on cooldown at all. So he is a perfect counter for that fight. It can be a solo for sure. What wasn't a solo for me is this fight, because this fight sucks, man. I do not like this fight at all. Spidey Supreme kind of like messes up Stealth Spidey here because of the Purify synergy. You take a lot of damage. But what you want to do here is you just want to trigger your slow, and then you just want to knock him down, and then just do as much damage as you can before you just inevitably like plop to the floor. This was about like 3 revs for me. It can be done much cheaper. Like it can be probably done in a solo, to be honest, but I'm just not familiar with Stealth Spidey. So yeah, this is a bit problematic, but you just want to do normal stealth things. The slow really helps you in this fight, so just take advantage of that. Use the slow pre-fight, and yeah, once you do that, you'll be in a pretty good position. Now this fight is just like absolutely free. Spidey Supreme is like the best counter for this fight, 100%. He is so good for it. So what you want to do here is you want to bait out the SP1, retaliate with your heavy attack or your medium attack, and then just use the special attack by the time the power detonation triggers. And then once that happens, you'll be in a good spot. Just keep baiting out the SP1, keep countering it with like your heavy or your medium attack. If you push him to the SP2, do not worry because Spider-Man Supreme has access to his phase. So if you push him to SP2, do not worry. Like right there, I just phased the whole SP2. It's just really straightforward. And it's really hard to die in this fight because Spider-Man Supreme is so reliable with this phase. Like, Spidey Supreme is just so good, man. He's such a good character, and this just shows it, to be honest. But yeah, just keep putting out the SP1, and then you'll be golden. It's a very straightforward fight. Definitely can be soloed or one revive. Now we have this Peni Parker. So this Peni Parker isn't as bad as I thought it would be, because Stark Spidey is really good at breaking her shield because of his attack increase. So yeah, what you want to do is you just want to break the shield immediately, build up your voice charges. Peni Parker really helps build up the voice charges with her special attacks because they are a lot of hits over a long duration of time. So yeah, right here, look, we build up like 3 voice charges from our SP2, and it's just really useful. So yeah, just keep that in mind that you can build voice charges very easily with her special attacks. And then once you get that down, you just want to break her shield ASAP. Like, look right here. We just break her shield really fast because of our attack increase. So yeah, overall, a pretty straightforward fight. Just keep breaking her shield, and then just keep going for like either your SP1 stun or your SP2 for damage. Also be sure to heal full after every attempt, and it'll be like a 2 to 3 revive fight. And now we have the Thanos fight. So always in the first phase, build up your voice charges, and then just like build up a special attack. So by the time the first phase happens and he gets his cocoon, you can just disable it immediately with the first special attack. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, you're gonna see right here, he has the cocoon active. We dropped the special attack and it's disabled. Now we can just go in and just be as aggressive as possible and try to just get as much damage as we can before it comes back up. And hopefully we can build up to an SP1 by the time it comes back up as well. The SP1 is great for the voice charges because it lets you build up too. So yeah, overall, Stark Spidey, very good counter for this first phase. He's pretty good for the whole fight in general, but in the last phase, Stealth Spidey is just perfect for it. But yeah, overall, first phase, not too bad. If you don't get enough power by the time he has to get Cocoon active, just hit his block, and then you'll get power from that. And yeah, pretty straightforward first phase. Now the second one is reverse control. So you want to end your combo with the light attack, and then that'll disable it. Then you can just go in and do as much damage as you can before it like procs back up. Just keep in mind of the stun immunity when he's below 40%, and then this should be a pretty straightforward time as well. Stark Spidey, just really good for this fight in general. He has access to shock, which is good for the safeguard on this phase as well. So yeah, not too bad of a phase with Stark Spidey. Just keep in mind of the reverse control. Just disable it with your light ending combo, and then you'll be fine. Also, watch out for the illusions on the SP2. They're pretty easy to like tell which one is the illusion just because of like how vibrant it is. So yeah, not too bad overall. Just watch out, like I said, for the stun immunity because that did trip me up and that did end up like killing me. But yeah, not too bad of a second phase. The third phase though is always annoying, but actually Stealth Spidey is very good for it. So in the third phase, you want to get an intercept in so you can get the safeguard, and once you do that, you'll be in a pretty good spot. Just don't take too much block damage. Just make sure that you're above 20% health by the time it gets to his SP3, because he does 20% of your health as damage. So yeah, once you do that, you can just keep intercepting. But Stealth Spidey is really good for this phase because of his Fury buff. It provides a massive damage increase with the armor breaks, and he just goes down really, really fast, like exceptionally fast. And yeah, just do that, keep intercepting him, keep applying the armor breaks, and then that'll be that. So yeah, now you've completed the Spider-Verse run, and for me, that was my final challenge, so now I'm done with it completely, and now I can do a massive rewards opening and get my first rank 5-6 star, so I'm super excited, and yeah, hopefully this guide helped, and that's about it for me.